Hello everyone, this is Elias5891. Welcome to another KTANE module tutorial. This time we are going over the Broken Buttons module. This is one you want to take it nice and easy, not rush through it, because it's easy to error on this one. Uh, so let's take a look at it now that it pops up. Kind of got them standing out as with the black casing here. You'll see there's 12 clickable buttons in the main area, as well as 2 submit buttons, of which one of them is a decoy. To know what the decoys are, there is this large set of rules here. General idea is you're going to go through the rules top to bottom until you find a rule that applies. If you do, you re-loop to the top, go over all the rules again until you find one that applies. Do that a maximum of 5 times, and then hit the correct submit button, which by default starts as the one on the left. So you're going to hit up to 5 other buttons and then a submit button. I've seen a couple methods for this, but the one I usually see is since there's a lot of words on there, there's some spelling ambiguities, is the expert will just read the rules to the diffuser, who will scan over the module. If a rule applies, he'll do what he'll hit the button. He'll tell the expert he hit a button and what button he hit, and they just move on like that. So that's how I'm going to simulate this. So for this one, I have this one here as the expert. I'm going to go ahead and mark that we're on the left submit, because some of the rules will toggle that. And we're going to do no more than 5 other buttons. So let's look over the rules one at a time. If the diffuser sees the word C, press a button labeled C. So if you see SEA, press it. So the expert's going to look. Nope, next rule. Otherwise, if any button on the first or third or first row, so first or third row, starts with the letter T, press it. So first or third row starts with a T. Yes, to TWO. So I'm going to click that one, and then since there's only been 2 rules, as a diffuser, I'm going to remember, okay, first rule was SEA, don't have it, because the new one doesn't apply, and none of the others did. Letter T, that was the only one that did apply, now none of them apply. Next rule, so we look at the next rule. Otherwise, if the word 1 and submit appear on buttons, the correct submit button will be the first one, that would be the left one, and press the button labeled 1. So submit in 1, don't have it. Next rule, if a button is literally blank, press it. So literally blank, as a side note, this is a literally blank button. But the one we're working on here, nope. Next rule, otherwise, if the word other is on a button, the correct submit button swaps, and then you press other. So we're looking for the word other. No other. Otherwise, if there are any duplicate words, this is where you'll usually hit most of your buttons from my experience. So if you see any duplicate words, click one of them. So looking at this 7, 5, DVI, RCA, 4, 4. I have 2 4s. So have a duplicate, hitting it, it's FOUR. So in my head, I'm going to see if that particular new button triggers any of the previous rules. SEA, no. T, no. 1 and submit, no. Literally blank, no. Other, no. So I'm back to duplicates. Burst, 4. Bob, wire, word, burst. Burst is a duplicate now. Next button, burst. The new word is TOO. Does that trigger any of the rules? C, T in the first or third row. Nah, it's in the 4th row. 1 and submit, blank, other. Nope, back to duplicates again. And I've done this module enough that those first 6 rules I don't need repeated to me. As a newer diffuser doing it, you may need the first few rules repeated just to make sure you don't think you're done with a previous rule, but you actually need to reapply it because of a new button. So we're on duplicates again. We've got to the word 2. Next one's RCA. That's a duplicate. RCA, RCA. We're going to click it. RCA is next. RJ, C, T, one submit, blank, other. Nope. RJ is not a duplicate. 7 is a duplicate. So we're going to click it. Notice that's 5, so we're done. Doesn't matter about the rest of the words. We're finished. We haven't changed our submit button from the left, so we're going to submit now. Let's try another one. Let's try this one up here. So again, we're going to start with submit on the left. Let's go through the rules in order. SEA. No SEA. Next. First or third row, word starts with a T. Nope. Next. 1 and submit. There's submit. No 1 though, so nope. Next. Literally blank. Yes. Press it. So we hit literally blank. So let's go back over the rules for this new button. SEA. Oh, yeah, that's actually what this one is. So that rule's going to apply to this button now. SEA. It's 2. SEA. Nope. T in first or third row. Nope. 1 in submit. Nope. Literally blank. Nope. Other. Other is a yes. So the rule on that one is submit button changes and we press other. So we're going to click other. And that's going to change our submit button from left to right. And there is a reason I'm actually jotting down what these are. C, first, third, 1 submit, literally blank is now true again. C, T, 1 submit, blank, other, duplicates. Column, size, wire. And I'm reading them out loud. I've seen a lot of people do that because it's really easy to miss them. 12 words all crammed together. You might not see the duplicates. Column, size, wire, row, button, row, 2 rows. So we're going to hit row. And if I'm being a good expert in jotting these down, that's 5. Hit the right submit button this time. Done, done. Now the reason I'm actually jotting these down is if you happen to make it through most of the words, you get all the way down here. Otherwise, if the first button you pressed had the letter E in the word, the right submit is actually correct, and then press the submit button. So getting down to this last 2-step part here, I need to know the first word. I need to know what was in the first button. Furthermore, the souvenir module, if you have it active, it also asks about the words that are pushed. So it is important to have them all listed in that case. So let's do one more, and then we'll call this one. Flip here to the front, we'll do this one. Again, I'm just going to say the rules, and I'll tell what to do about them if my diffuser says he has them. SEA. No. First or third row starts with a T. Yes. Thing. C doesn't trigger now, so still on the T rule. First or third. Nope. 1 and submit. No 1. No. Literally blank. No. Other. Well, we have other here, so we're going to click it. That's going to switch my submit button. C doesn't trigger on this word. T doesn't trigger on this word. 1 submit doesn't trigger on this word. Blank doesn't submit on this word. Other we were at. Here's another other, so other again. So other again, which is going to swap my submit back to the left once more. C, T, 1 submit, blank, other, nope. No more others, so now we're on duplicates. Abort, not 7. That for abort. It's 2 aborts. So next word abort. Still on duplicates. C, T, 1 submit, blank, other. None of those apply. Duplicates. Abort, not 7. That for drop. Light, bomb, light. 2 lights. Light. That's 5. We're done. Left submit. That's how broken button goes. What I've noticed will happen more often than not when a mistake gets made is either somebody gets ahead of themselves, they're like, oh, C, T word, T word, T word, T word, done. Okay, that one just used basic words. What I will see happen sometime is you mix up either a diffuser who's done it a lot, who's relatively familiar with the rules, may skip ahead a rule or two, or they may skip a duplicate because they don't see it. Like this one, quick glance, I may not notice there's 2 3s over here. I may not notice that there's 2 5s or 2 switches or 2 modules. There's a lot of duplicates in this one. It'd be very easy if I'm rushing through this that I miss one of those. So this is one where slow and steady as you're getting comfortable with it definitely is required. Definitely is required. But that's it for this one. Let's go ahead and detonate. As you can see, a wrong button just gives you a strike, doesn't give you an answer, doesn't deactivate a button, just gives you a strike. Same thing happens if you hit the wrong submit button. But that's how broken button goes. Just a matter of going through these rules. Looking at these rules that we didn't get to because we never got past duplicate words. If there's a port name and the word port or module, press a button labeled a port name. Port names being serial, DVI, RCA, PS2, RJ45, and I skipped one, parallel. Otherwise, if a button has less than 3 characters on it, and it can be blank, so it would be either a 1-letter or a 2-letter word, or button rather. If the words bomb and boom are present, press boom. If the words submit and button appear on buttons, go ahead and submit. So this is kind of an early exit here. The words column and 7 or 2 appear on buttons, press any button in the same row as a button labeled column. For this one, because I like to try to get through the rules, maybe get out of it early, if I can hit any button in the row as column is going to be in that row. That button has to be in the row. I like to hit it so that that rule doesn't trigger again. Otherwise, if a button hasn't been pressed correctly, if you happen to make it here and don't click anything, then I want you to press the 3rd button in the 2nd row. Here on the sample picture, that would be the submit button. The bottom submit button, not the actual submit buttons. That's the position it's talking about. Otherwise, if the first button you pressed had the letter E in it, then you hit the right submit regardless of where you're at. Otherwise, press the correct submit button. So that's broken buttons. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions, leave them down below as always. Otherwise, until next time, this has been Elias. Thank you for watching. Have fun and don't explode. Bye.